Hi there. I cannot disclose who I am. I just heard the latest episode. You guys are onto something.
Free Britney Spears. She has been under this conservatorship from her father since 2008, well over a decade, and this needs to end as soon as possible, and I'm so glad that this is gaining traction on the internet. Hey guys, it's Murad Murali. Hopefully you guys are doing well today. If you haven't already, click that button for daily and consistent content. Head over to my Instagram and subscribe to the channel. This video is obviously going to be about everything related to Free Britney and everything that you guys need to know about this dire, very important subject, because this conservatorship that Britney Spears is in is, I believe, just completely illegal, and I feel like people are controlling her life, drugging her, controlling what she should wear, her finances, everything is just completely scrutinized, and her life has changed forever since 2008, and she literally is being used by her dad as a wallet, literally, of money, and being rinsed out for all her worth. And she tried to get out of this conservatorship, but she was threatened by having her kids taken away from her, and that is going to be your most valuable asset, your children, and that was used against her. I genuinely feel like Britney Spears is one of these people who was harassed more than anybody else in the media. You have Michael Jackson, you have Whitney Houston, and you have Marilyn Monroe, and you also have Britney Spears. I don't see anybody else who's had so much vicious scrutiny than Britney Spears, to be honest with you, in this kind of, generation to an extent. So a conservatorship, for those of you who don't know, is a legal guardianship usually put in place for those unable to make decisions for themselves. In May this year, Britney's conservatorship was extended until August 2020. According to documents obtained by Entertainment Tonight, a hearing never took place due to the pandemic. Fans have argued that conservatorship controls and manipulates Britney, but a 3-month investigation by the LA Times found no evidence to suggest that she had been harmed by the arrangement. Law experts told the LA Times the conservatorship is an unusual measure for someone as young and productive as Britney, and they're usually intended for elderly people who suffer from mental disabilities, not somebody who, is aged like Britney. According to court documents, Britney's father, Jamie Spears, has the power to negotiate business on her behalf. He can also sell her property, file restraining orders for her, restrict those who visit her. Every purchase Britney makes must also be logged in reports, which are reviewed by the court annually. She's been going through this for 10 flipping years. Britney's over that. Britney Spears went through a series of public meltdowns in the late 2000s and was twice admitted to a psychiatric ward in 2008. After the second visit, Britney's father petitioned for a temporary conservatorship, which was later made permanent. A co-conservator attorney, Andrew Wallet, was brought in also to manage Britney's finances. Andrew Wallet had managed to grow Britney's estate by 20 million during the time he was co-conservator. So Britney isn't somebody who, I don't see Britney as a washed up artist. She the last time she had a #1 song on iTunes was literally last month. Number one. Number two, her Vegas stint that she did for 4 or 5 years not only set a precedent for multiple artists to do Vegas and inspire them, but it was massively successful. Do I think she performed just as great as she did back in the day? No, I do not. But do I think part of that is because she's being so controlled and scrutinized? Yes, because that can be so soul draining. Not energy draining, but just it drains your soul so much as an individual, as a person. To be surrounded by so many handlers, it really can just do one on you, and it can be ridiculously crazy. However, she has maintained her success, and she's been extremely successful in Vegas, and she's been doing really well. What I don't understand is conservatorships are for people who, are mainly for the elderly, or for somebody, her father, for example, said that she has amnesia, or that she has bad memory loss and stuff like this. But then how was she able to do her infamous circus comeback tour, which was massively successful? How was she able to continue with #1 albums, continue, with other tours? How are you able to continue career? Clearly you are able to be in control of yourself. And she also had, basically where this really started from.
I just heard the latest episode. You guys are onto something. I used to be a paralegal for an attorney that worked with Britney's conservatorship. I am no longer with them. And what is happening is disturbing, to say the least. So, basically, Britney was in rehearsals for Domination. It came to Jamie Spears, that Britney was not taking her medication as prescribed. She was missing a lot of doses and just full on not taking them. So they got her to the doctor, the doctor said, okay, if you don't want these medications, let's get you on a new one. Well, she refused to take the new one. So Jamie said, either you take this medication or the show's off, and I'm pulling my support and you can't do it. Britney did not follow Jamie's instructions, and so he was true to his word. He pulled the show. He verbatim said, blame it on my illness. And that's when we get the early January Instagram.
Was that somebody had released a TikTok video outlining what is going on, and this kind of went a bit viral over the world and everybody was seeing it, talking about it, and one of the comments was basically said, if you feel like you are in trouble or need help, please wear yellow in your next video. And in her next video she was obviously wearing yellow, kind of signaling to people that I do need some kind of help, but I obviously can't say it to you because every single little thing I do is tracked. Every single little thing I do in this life around me, everything is tracked. It's logged. I can't buy stuff. There's even a story that she couldn't even get a bouquet of flowers from the hotel because it was out of her finances. She has a limit of what she can spend. Somebody who is a multi-millionaire, somebody who was literally who is the princess of pop, who was the most successful female from 2000 to 2010. Like, that is mind-blowing. It's absolutely mind-blowing. And the reason why I feel like she is carrying on and surviving is because of her children. Had her children not been in the picture, and she never had any children, I feel like would have been a completely different story. I also feel like had she had passed in 2007, she would have been, I feel like she already is a legend, but you have this kind of status where you become glorified once you have passed away. But this is a very serious situation, and I'm very glad and elated that it is, having some kind of traction online, but I don't feel like it's enough. Generally speaking, people need to continue. People need to continue. Don't forget that Britney went to court last year and told the judge that Jamie, her father, forced her into a mental institution after she refused to take the drugs he'd been force-feeding her since 2008. The photos below show it clearly. 2012 is what she used to look like during that year, and 2019 is what she's kind of recently looking at. You can see, listen, I've studied this in my degree when it comes to drug taking and neurology and psychology, so I have even more of a background in depth when it comes to stuff like this, and you can tell people's faces do change when they are being told to take certain drugs, let alone your pupils dilating. Your face can widen and can become a bit droopy. You have a bit of a dead look behind your eyes, a bit of a zombified look. This is the very similar look to patients in psychiatric wards that I've worked in, not just in the UK but all over the world, from let alone Sri Lanka. So I've seen patients like this, and I can definitely see that this is what was happening to her, and her father was force feeding stuff like this. Somebody says, when I worked for an entertainment site, we were told to unpublish an article highlighting Britney speaking freely about the conservatorship for the first time when she did on Jonathan Ross. That whole segment was cut from the show. Even Tinashe speaks out. I worked with Britney Spears several times and she's an angel and a star. Respect her. Hashtag free Britney. Hashtag end conservatorship abuse. But Tinashe had to delete that tweet because her management, her agency were pressuring her to do so. There's a lot of control around Britney Spears, more so than Michael Jackson, and that is an absolute truth, because there were interviews where people, the people who were going to interview Britney were like, we couldn't ask her this, we couldn't ask her that, we were told with such strict guidelines, and they even said themselves this was worse than us interviewing Michael Jackson. Like, she is so ridiculously controlled. It's a whole new level, and you just wouldn't expect it. Even if you look at her recent Instagram video, she's wearing the same clothes. Like, you can see that she just acts differently now than she has, and it's sad, man. It really is sad, because one could wonder that this is definitely something that is really killing her career. Even if you look throughout her career, she's always been in cages. This is something that she's always done in her life. It's obviously a signal to people that she's trapped in cages, she's trapped in this kind of world, and she's very symbolic with her career. It was her who decided to do Hit Me Baby One More Time kind of uniform. That was her idea. Oops was her idea. Toxic was her idea. Like, she is just a very symbolic individual and very multi-talented, as we all know. But at the same time, you can definitely tell that she has been controlled completely, and not enough people are really speaking out on it. Yes, I'm glad it's trending number one, but at the same time, this is a very serious issue. Like, a conservatorship is going over for over 10 years only because of money. Money matters more to people than people's lives, and it's sad, but it's true. Money is what makes the world go round, and if you can milk somebody, be it your own daughter, then you will continue to do so. You will continue to do so. She even wrote letters herself about how she's trapped and that she wants to leave this conservatorship, that her dad is controlling XYZ, that somebody called Sam Lufty, ex-manager, was drugging her, then the other manager, she just had a lot of bad people around her, and she didn't know who to trust, and ended up trusting the wrong people. And to be in a conservatorship for so long is disgusting and dire. To be force-fed drugs, forced into a one-star mental institution, it's just crazy. Like, it genuinely is crazy what parents can do to you. It really is sad. Family isn't everything, guys. I'm telling you that now. You think family is everything. It isn't everything. It's not promised with you. People can be very abusive, whether it be friends or family. It does not matter. It's disgusting. It's the harsh, cruel reality of the world, and she has been trapped for a very long time, and I feel like it has damaged her performance kind of stage as well, and it's just sad. But I want to do the video documenting the Free Britney stuff, what is going on about it, the shocking details of it, and just behind the scenes, the symbolic stuff that she's doing about it, and also these viral TikToks, and showcasing it all to you so that you guys know what the hell is going on when it comes to this important matter. Please do let me know your thoughts on when it comes to this. Comment down below, guys. I would appreciate it. I'm trying to bring some awareness to this topic now that everybody is trying to do so. I feel like there is power in numbers. Please do subscribe to the channel. Click that button for daily and consistent content, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video.